What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, July 25th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have an 11-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So yes, I like Max Fried. He's one of the studs on the slate, but if you want to save a little bit of salary at the pitcher position, take a look at Noah Syndergaard. He's got a nice pitching advantage here over a low salary batting team, the Kansas City Royals. Noah Syndergaard giving up a .721 OPS versus lefties, a .649 OPS versus righties. He's facing 5 lefties, 4 righties, and the Royals have only hit 11 of his last 46 pitches. That's a .239 batting average. Noah Syndergaard is $9,000 FanDuel salary. He's $2,000 less on DraftKings, averaging 25 fantasy points per game on the season. He has an ERA of 4, record is 5-7, pitching an average of 82 pitches per game. So I like Noah Syndergaard here versus the Kansas City Royals. I also think Corey Kluber is in an interesting spot here versus a low salary batting team, the Baltimore Orioles. He's averaging 27 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 21, 43, and 43 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I also like Corey Kluber here versus the Baltimore Orioles. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. A stud on the slate that I like is Freddie Freeman. He's got a 14% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Paolo Espino. Freddie Freeman batting 16% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .975 OPS versus righty pitchers. Paolo Espino giving up a .722 OPS versus lefties. I like this pick because Freddie Freeman is 4 for 8 to 500 with a 1.5 OPS versus Espino has a home run and a double, 2 singles. So Freddie Freeman is $4,200 FanDuel salary, $2,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .325, so I like Freddie Freeman here versus Paolo Espino. Now I also like Josh Naylor, Travis Denard, Wilmer Flores, and as a value play, take a look at Jake Lamb. He's got a 45% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Paolo Espino. Jake Lamb batting 47% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .811 OPS versus righty pitchers. We know Paolo Espino giving up a .722 OPS versus lefties. Now there's no at-bats versus Espino yet, but I like this pick because Jake Lamb only $2,200 FanDuel salary, same price on DraftKings, averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .250. So as a value play, I like Jake Lamb here versus Paolo Espino. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Gavin Lux. He's got a 20% batting advantage here versus that same pitcher, Paolo Espino. So it looks like there could be a stack opportunity here, stacking the Dodgers here versus Washington and Paolo Espino. Gavin Lux batting 23% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .784 OPS versus righties. Now Gavin Lux is 1 for 3 here versus Espino. That one hit was a double. Only $2,600 FanDuel salary, $900 more on DraftKings. So it looks like you can get some value out of these Dodgers batters here versus Paolo Espino. Gavin Lux averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been on fire, scoring 16, 16, 7, 9, and 6 fantasy points in the last 5 games. And he has a batting average of .295. So I like Gavin Lux here versus Paolo Espino. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. With all this value on the slate, you can fit in this stud, Manny Machado. He's got a 19% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Drew Hutchinson. Manny Machado batting a .850 OPS versus righty pitchers. Drew Hutchinson giving up a .689 OPS versus righties. Now I like this pick because Manny Machado is 5 for 15. It's a .333 batting average and a 1.133 OPS versus Hutchinson. 2 of those 5 hits are home runs, and he has a double in there. He's $3,900 FanDuel salary, $1,600 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, has a batting average of .303. So I like Manny Machado here versus Drew Hutchinson. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? I like Andre Gimenez with a 12% batting advantage over Nick Pivetta. Andre Gimenez batting 6% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .722 OPS versus righties. Nick Pivetta pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 6% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .765 OPS versus lefties. Andre Gimenez, 2 for 3 here versus Pivetta. He's got a home run out of those 2 hits. He's $3,200 FanDuel salary, $1,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. Has a batting average of .304, so I like Andre Gimenez here versus Nick Pivetta. Okay, moving on to the outfield position, I like Adolis Garcia. He has a 36% batting advantage over Chris Flexen. Adolis Garcia batting 16% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .789 OPS versus righties. Chris Flexen pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 20% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .815 OPS versus righties. And I like this pick because Adolis Garcia is 5 for 12. It's a .417 batting average and a 1.167 OPS versus Flexen. He's $3,300 FanDuel salary, $1,600 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, and he has a batting average of .248. So I like Odolis Garcia here versus Chris Flexen. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.